Hello, Assalamu Alaikum Rahmatullahi Barakatuh. Dear students and law explorers, welcome to Lex Point BD, where our motto is your law, your point. This is our class 2 of our journey into the Code of Criminal Procedure 1898, and also known as the CrPC. Today we are going to explore one of the most fundamental legal frameworks in our criminal justice system, the Code of Criminal Procedure 1898, commonly referred to as CrPC. Today's class will be a bit longer, so please stay patient and focused. We'll be covering several important topics, including the definition, historical background of the Code of Criminal Procedures 1898. So let's move on our main point. Hello, this is me. I'm Deepthakar, your instructor in this course. Today we are going to discuss about definition of CrPC 1898, purpose of CrPC, a real life example, historical background, and why CrPC is needed. Actually, the Code of Criminal Procedure 1898 is the primary procedural law relating to the administration of criminal justice in countries like Bangladesh, India, and Pakistan, and it can be with a slight modification in each. It lays down the rules, method, and procedures for conducting criminal trials and investigations. On the other hand, it deals with investigation, inquiry, trial, and appeal of criminal cases. Finally, in short, it tells how criminal law, like the penal code, will be applied and enforced. That means the Code of Criminal Procedure CrPC doesn't define crimes. That's the job of substantive laws like the penal code. What CrPC does, it tells us how the justice system should handle those crimes step by step, from the first information to the final verdict. So let's break it down using a realistic example. Like a theft case. Imagine someone named Iftikhar. Hello, this is me. Iftikhar files a complaint at the local police station saying his motorbike was stolen. So, how CrPC applied step by step? At first, Iftikhar have to go to the police station and report to the theft. Okay, and it will be under section 154 CrPC. Here, CrPC instructs the police how to record the FIR, who can record it, and when it must be recorded. Then the police now begin their investigation, visit the crime scene, collect CCTV footage, record witness statement, or track suspects. Here, CrPC also provides the rules on how an investigation must be carried out, the powers of police, and the time frame within which the investigation report, that means charge sheet, must be submitted. Okay, and police then identify a suspect named Karim and arrest him. Here, CrPC also outlines how an arrest must be made, when a warrant is needed, and the right of the accused, such as being informed for the reason why they are arresting the accused. Okay, then Karim applies for bail. CrPC also tells the court under the condition bail can be granted or rejected, and who has the authority to grant it, the magistrate or session judge. Then the case goes to trial in a magistrate court. CrPC provides the entire structure of trial. Charges are framed, evidence is presented, witnesses are examined and cross-examined, both sides argue the case. After hearing the case, the court finds Karim guilty and sentences him to 1 year of the imprisonment. Here, CrPC defines how judgment should be written, punishment procedures, and right to appeal. If Karim wants to challenge the decision of judge or magistrate, CrPC provides procedure for appeal, revision and review, detailing which court have jurisdiction for the time limits. Okay, so finally we can say that without the CrPC there would be no standard way to file complaints. Police might investigate randomly, arrest might happen without procedure, court would run difficulty in different districts. So CrPC acts like a actual manual or guidebook for the entire criminal justice system, making sure that justice is served properly, fairly and uniformly. I repeat, justice is served properly, fairly and uniformly. I think it's clear. So what is the actual definition of CrPC? Let's move on our definition. The CrPC 1898, the procedural law that governs the process, I repeat, the process through which criminal justice is delivered in courts, from investigation to final verdict. So the criminal procedure 1898 CrPC is not concerned with what crime was committed. That's the job of penal code. Rather, CrPC governs the full process that takes place after a crime has occurred, starting from investigation by police, to filing the case, to trial in the court, to the final judgment and sentence. It ensures that every criminal case follows a step-by-step legal process so that justice is delivered in a fair, orderly and lawful manner. Let's talk about an example scenario like a murder case. Okay, here the victim is Salma Begum and suspected person or accused person is Rafiq. So let's walk through how CrPC governs the criminal justice process. First of all, the first stage is investigation stage. Here Salma's sons filed a complaint at the police station under CrPC section 154 and police register an FIR, that means first information report. Police start investigation under section 156 to 157 and here the police conduct or inspect the crime scene, collect evidence like for example blood stains, knife or fingerprint, blah blah blah, and interview witness, arrest Rafiq if they find evidence against him. Okay, here CrPC ensures the investigation is fair, legal and timely. They will arrest Rafiq if they find evidence against Rafiq, otherwise they can't. Okay, so the first stage is investigation stage and the second step is the filing the charge sheet. After collecting evidence, the police submit a charge sheet to the court. It states that Rafiq is being accused of murder, section 302 of penal code, and one of the most important this is that thing is that CrPC instructs how the charge sheet must be submitted and what it must contain. Okay, CrPC instructs how the charge sheet must be submitted and what it must contain in charge sheet. The third step, trial begins in court, and then the case this murder case, the case is now in a session court. Here CrPC governs everything, like the framing of charge, the examination of witness, the cross-examination by defense lawyer, the presentation of evidence, and the arguments by both sides. Here this ensures that is systematic, the trial is systematic way or step-by-step way. Okay, the trial is systematic, not emotional or biased. Here they can't bother any kind of emotion. It's totally a systematical way to FIR to final verdict. Okay, and the final process or final step is the final verdict. After hearing all sides, the judge finds Rafiq guilty of murder the court sentences him to life imprisonment. Here CRPC provides the rule of writing the judgment and also tells Rafiq about his right to appeal to the High Court. So in the center case, from the first police action to the final court verdict, the procedures were not random. They were all guided by the CrPC 1898. And without this code, police might abuse power, trials might be unfair, innocent people might be punished, guilty one might walk free. 4 important things. I repeat again. Police, without this code CrPC 1898, police might abuse power, trials might be unfair, innocent people might be punished, guilty one might walk free. That's why the CrPC is essential to ensure that justice is delivered properly, lawfully and systematically. Okay, so we already discussed about it. CrPC is not a random process. They were all guided by the CrPC. Okay. Now let's move on the historical background of CrPC 1898. To understand its importance, let us take a brief look at its history. Before 1861, there was no uniform criminal procedure in British India. Okay, each province followed its own system. The first criminal procedure code was introduced in 1861, then revised in 1872, 1882, and finally in 1898. The 1898 version was more structured, detailed, and practical, so it remained the main criminal procedure law even after independence. After the partition of 1947, India amended the CrPC and adopted a new code in 1973, and Pakistan and Bangladesh continued using 1898 code with amended over time. Why CrPC is needed? Why CrPC is needed? CrPC is needed for various reasons. So let's discuss about it. CrPC is needed first of all to ensure justice is served fairly. Without a clear procedure, criminal justice would be arbitrary and chaotic. CrPC ensures investigations are fair, trials are transparent, accused person get a chance to defend themselves, that means appeal, and court follows due process, that means step by step, a guided way. Second one, to protect individual rights. It safeguards the right of the accused as well as the victims, ensures that no one is arrested, charged or punished without following proper legal steps. Okay, so to protect individual rights, that is why we need CrPC. Third one, to maintain uniformity and order. That means it provides a uniform process for all courts across the country, helps police, magistrates and judge work within a standard framework. And finally, to bridge substantive and procedural laws. Substantive law like the penal code defines crime and punishment. They just defined what kind of crime it is, or what is the actual punishment of this crime, but CrPC tells how to prove those crimes to deliver the punishment. That means it's a procedural way and it's a step-by-step guide. Okay, like for example, if someone commits theft, it defined in penal code. How do we arrest the person? About theft, it defined in penal code, but how do we arrest the person, collect evidence and conduct trial? The CrPC provides this full roadmap. This is why CrPC is needed in our everyday life. So finally, to summarize, I will say the CrPC 1898 is the backbone of our criminal justice system. It has a rich history dating back to colonial times. Despite being old, it has evolved through amendments and still guide how justice is delivered in criminal cases. Knowing CrPC is essential for any legal professional, police officer, judge, students, or any other person in the world or country. So in the next class, we'll begin to explore the structure of code, including its parts, chapters, and important sections, especially from section 1 to section 100. Until then, I recommend you review the preamble of CrPC and try to understand its object. Thank you. And one of the most thing I want to say, if you find our class helpful, please share this video, subscribe to our channel, and if you are watching on Facebook, don't forget to like and follow our page. You can follow us on Facebook by searching facebook.com/Lex Point BD, LEXPOINT.BD1. You can follow us on YouTube like LEXPOINTBD. And if you have any query, please DM to my WhatsApp number. My WhatsApp number is +880 185 715 8544. So thank you and welcome again to Lex Point BD, your law, your point. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.